cops are following this man. We are following the cops. Our camera records their every move. We'll show you in a minute what they do to this guy, and you can decide if the cops did the right thing. But first, listen to another driver describe his nightmare on Long Island.
He placed his hand on his gun. He screamed at me. He's like, you know, you don't belong here. Why are you even parked in front of these people's houses?
That man is Belindy Delanois. He told us that he was abused by police. Early September, 2 in the morning, right here in the mostly white town of East Meadow, Long Island. Belindy says he was getting out of his parked car to visit a friend when a Nassau County cop pulled up.
At one point, I was frozen. I was thinking, like, maybe I'll probably die.
Belindy told us the cop checked his license and registration and then ordered him out of the neighborhood.
He hands it to me and tells me to get the hell out of here. You should never have been in this neighborhood, and repeats saying that over and over and over.
Belindy is convinced he was racially profiled.
Basically, he said to me, I don't have the right to drive around in a white neighborhood. When he said that to me, I felt like I was worth nothing.
Belindy says he's still suffering the trauma of that encounter.
It was one of the most terrifying experiences I ever had. Ever since then, I haven't stopped trembling. I had to go to the doctor, because they gave me 2 prescriptions for it.
Belindy also called the UPN 9 I-Team for help. After listening to his story, we decided to go undercover to investigate. We wanted to find out, was it a crime to drive while black in Nassau County?
His thought was racially motivated. You don't belong here. I'm deciding that you don't belong here, which he doesn't have a right to do as a police officer.
Diop Kamau is an ex-cop from the LA area. Now he heads the Florida-based Police Complaint Center, which does police ethics training. He also uses hidden cameras to investigate complaints of police abuse. Diop has done investigations for both network and local news organizations. He listened to what Belindy said that a Nassau County cop did to him.
Harassing this kid from his point of view was a good thing.
We hired Diop to devise a test for us at the Nassau County Police. You'll see the extraordinary result in a minute.
This is just about the speed I want him to go.
The man in this car is Maurice Hayes. Diop asked Maurice to help with our test and drive in Nassau County. Diop has chosen him to be the tester because he's squeaky clean. In fact, Maurice is a college student at Florida A&M University, where Diop is one of his teachers. Maurice even mentors a boy in elementary school.
You gotta be going west.
Diop was with our producer and cameraman in a second car, communicating with Maurice via walkie-talkie. Diop instructed Maurice to drive carefully and avoid breaking any laws. He's in an older model Chevy with Florida plates. The car has no violations. You are about to see our test, caught on tape, minute by minute. Now watch closely and see if you think what happens is right or wrong.
You're gonna get in front of them and just cruise. I'm gonna let you know.
We wanted the cops to get a good look at Maurice.
We have one coming out right now.
It was almost 3 a.m. in the mostly white community of North Belmore. What would happen to Maurice?
Okay, Maurice, roll out. Start your car and roll out.
Maurice complies.
Is that him?
Yep, that's him.
We followed behind.
Just keep going straight.
Now Maurice is next to the cop.
Let's just let her get a good look at him.
The cop can see that he's black.
Make sure you hit your turn signal.
It's now 2 minutes since the cop first saw Maurice.
Okay, make the first right turn that you can make.
Maurice turns down a residential street,
Okay, man, come back down to the street.
and suddenly the cop stops.
Oh, yes, she is.
Maurice follows Diop's instruction and comes back to the main avenue where the cop is. It's now been a little over 3 minutes since the cop saw Maurice.
There it is.
What you are seeing now is the view from the camera in the trunk of Maurice's car. The cop pulls him over.
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right, let me see license, registration, insurance card, please.
Diop told Maurice to cooperate with lawful requests, but not to answer personal questions. Legally, he doesn't have to.
Where you going to?
Oh, I'm a little bit lost. I was just riding around. I'm just visiting.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because it just saw you turn off.
You heard it.
Because it just saw you turn off.
The cop said she just saw him turn off. Did she think his turn down a residential street made Maurice a criminal suspect? What if he were white? We tested that too, and we'll show you what happened in a minute. But back to Maurice. The cop peppers him with questions about where he's going.
Where you supposed to be? Where you looking for?
Does it matter? Why you stopped me?
The cops need more than race in a right-hand turn to stop someone. And unless they suspect criminal activity, they're not supposed to be asking personal questions.
But we don't have a crime, and we don't have a traffic violation.
Our camera watches from a distance as 3 more cops pull up. Diop also monitors a wireless video transmission from the hidden camera in Maurice's car.
The fact that he entered that white neighborhood and then came back out
was enough.
The cops then took Maurice out of his car.
I think whatever he's told them to this point, they're not satisfied. He has an absolute right not to answer any questions.
Maurice did not give them permission to search the car. They did it anyway.
They're basically going through the entire car without any legal reason.
We wanted to get closer to see if Maurice was all right.
Okay, I don't like this.
We were shocked by what we saw.
In my view, the act of handcuffing him was to intimidate and humiliate him.
The cops had no right to search Maurice's car or put him in handcuffs without reliable information he had committed a crime. Maurice had broken no laws. There was nothing illegal in his car, yet they kept him handcuffed for over an hour. They never charged him with anything and finally let him go.
If he drives into a neighborhood like that and turns his lights out and he looks like he's looking in cars, that's suspicious.
Maurice didn't do that. The operations guide of the Nassau County Police Department says it does not condone racial profiling. The guide says racial profiling occurs when a cop relies on race as a primary basis for law enforcement action, such as a traffic stop. We wanted the commissioner to look at our tape and explain what his cops were doing to Maurice. Why did they stop a man who was breaking no laws? Was it based on his race? Why did they tear his car apart? And worse yet, why did they keep him in handcuffs for over an hour? The police commissioner refused to answer.
One officer stated that taxpayers don't want criminals in their neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I asked him why he called me a criminal, and he just walked away.
Even though we couldn't get answers from the police commissioner, we still wanted to know, would Nassau County cops be suspicious of a young white man driving in a mostly white neighborhood at 3 in the morning? That was part 2 of our test. We were surprised by what happened.
Are you in place, Greg?
Coming around the corner right now.
Now we're in Belmore, near the train station and the commuter parking lot. This time, Greg Slate is driving. Also an older car with Florida plates. We want the cops to see him.
Go straight and then make the first right turn that you can make. Make sure you hit your signal.
Greg has turned down a residential street, as Maurice did. Now you're seeing the view from the camera hidden on the back of Greg's car. The cop ignores him.
Basically nothing happened. It was a non-event.
Remember what happened to Maurice.
I felt like I had no rights at that point in time.
Now look at this. The cop who ignored Greg in his '84 Camaro with Florida plates is now face to face with our car. Diop and our African-American photographer are in the front seat, clearly visible. We pull out onto Sunrise Highway.
Don't make any U-turns because they're illegal here.
Suddenly, we're being stopped by the same cop who ignored Greg.
Why did you stop me?
What's that?
I said, why did you stop me?
I stopped you because you acted suspicious, that's why.
Did you write me a citation?
Yes, I did.
For what?
Your insurance card is expired, sir.
Diop had mistakenly given the cop an old insurance card left in the rental car's glove compartment. Our photographer tries to give him the current one.
Officer, here's the insurance card.
Here's the insurance. We're 2 black men and a navigator. I guess maybe that is suspicious to him.
After that, we still tried again to get Greg noticed by the cops. We've been up all night, and it starts to get light.
Get up a little bit further, let them get a look at you.
Greg's presence in the neighborhood did not get him stopped, searched, or detained.
That's not who they're looking for, and that's not who they perceive as a threat.
After the Nassau County Police refused to explain what happened to Maurice, we tried to get some answers from the Nassau County executive. His office never returned our call. So we took our findings to the New York State Attorney General, Eliot Spitzer. His Civil Rights Bureau looked at our story, and now they're investigating. We want to stay on top of this story, and we'd like your help. If you think you have been racially profiled by the Nassau County Police, call the I-Team hotline at 201-330-2224. That's 201-330-2224.